Choosing its surrounding mountains and hills as a source of inspiration, an eternal city erects and reveals its silhouette. The city is one of the glorious chapters of history. It is a magnificent achievement of man and has been endowed by Mother Nature's great beauty. Hence, offering the city wealth and good reputation that remind us of those legendary gardens in times of prosperous civilizations. From the gorgeous meadows, water and rivers gush forth and flow, spreading life all over the area. High dominating mountains, where lay together secrets and eternal relics, gently caress the sky with their summits. Making our way to the Algerian West, and more precisely on our road to Ain Defla department, we are overflowed with enthusiasm to start the discovery trip where the very unexpected will signal every halt, whereas admiring the fabulous landscapes of the Atlas will be an unforgettable souvenir. Since the eve of life, continuous waves of civilizations have elected Ain Defla as place of settlement. The prehistoric Machusi tribe has widely occupied the region, where it devoted to agricultural activity. Later, during the 1st century of the Christian era, came the Romans, who baptized the place Oppidum Novum. Vandals and Byzantines also came to Ain Defla before the 7th century Anno Domini, which marks the arrival of Muslims. During the Muslim regency, it was known as El Khadra, meaning the verdant in the French translation. Under Turkish administration, Ziri Ben-Mened Bolurin made of it a prestigious place, and the city of Milyana became the capital of a large region of the Maghreb. The land of Ain Defla was under the Bey's authority. Later, with the Pasha's epoch, came the governance of sultans. In the year 1840, when the French army tried to colonize Ain Defla, it faced a strong opposition of its inhabitants. To stop the invasion, the region held a series of glorious battles led by a famous figure, the Emir Abd al-Qadir. During decades, revolutionary unrest did never cease until the day Algeria became an independent country. Situated in the southwest, 145 kilometers far from the capital Algiers, the department of Ain Defla shares its frontiers with 4 others. Blida in the north, Tisimsilt in the south, Medea in the east, and Chelif in the western part. Ain Defla is considered a strategic station of transit between the capital Algiers and the Algerian West. Moreover, it's a major economic as well as commercial zone. There is a complex network of national roads and transport itineraries which cross this region. Considering its fertile ground, Ain Defla department naturally dedicated to agriculture, especially in the Shalif plains. The diversity of its nature together with the importance of its civilization make of the city an important and unique touristic pole. Ain Defla sent you a visit invitation. The place is generous and promises the most joyful welcome for a touristic trip, which will reveal its everlasting beauty. Let's mark our first stop on the ruins of the Roman city Oppidum Novum. During the governance of Emperor Claudius, the Romans have chosen the green lands of the Shalif to establish their city. All what remains from Oppidum Novum are few vestiges of the city. In fact, the actual inhabitants gave it the name of Black Footbridge. We leave Oppidum Novum and make our way to Gergera, an archaeological monument situated in the town of El Amriya. The monument has been constructed during the 1st century of Christian era and is considered to be the center of modern Christianity. During the 14th and 15th century, Muslims used it as a military fort. The particular beauty that characterizes this archaeological site is due to the fact that it joins at the same time the civilization dimension to the strength which seems to be present in this very place. Gergera is listed among the National Archaeological Monuments. Close to the remnants of Ruina River, the Romans have done the conception and construction of the irrigation channel destined to the watering of the surrounding agricultural land. The channel has got all the properties of hydraulic infrastructures known in those times. Tigava Municipum, also called the Sultan's Daughter Palace, is another hydraulic infrastructure which construction goes back to the 1st century of Christian era. We are heading for El Ataf, where we have an appointment with Tigava Castra. The military fortress constructed under the supervision and order of the governor Sectus Beus Gaidos. All these archaeological monuments have considerable value. Tourists consider them splendid muses who come across their road as they pursue their quest of discovery's magnificence led by humans throughout ancient civilizations. contemplating the summits of the Atlas Range, appears the city of Miliana on top of the Zakar Mountains. Miliana has always been known as a touristic destination. When you enter the city for the first time, you feel familiar with the place, an appealing place with its refined architectural details. The public garden is one of the tourists' favorite resting places where they can spend cool moments under the trees in a distressful atmosphere. Children look very happy and enjoy all the open-air games they can find in this place. During summertime season, the swimming pool becomes the most refreshing place to be. Strolling on the central place, your eyes will surely meet the beautiful elevations of the Ba'tas Mosque's minarets, which seem to possess two guardian angels, two beautiful palms. The minaret is the unique relic of this Ottoman mosque. During the colonial times, a big clock was installed on the minaret while the place was known as Place Carnot. Quite close to the minaret, we welcome you in the Emir Abdel Qadir Museum. Initially, this was the residence of the Turkish Bey. The building is characterized by its Andalusian architecture. Therefore, it remains until today a refined piece of Muslim architectural art. This place was also known as the Emir Abdel Qadir's house. Actually, the Emir made of it his headquarters. One can find in this museum many valuable archaeological pieces of art corresponding to different historical periods. The museum is compartmented into 5 exposition halls: the Popular Resistance Hall, the Numismatic Hall, the Arms Hall, the Roman Period Hall, and finally the Mines Hall. Once we have finished visiting the museum and have contemplated the precious objects it contains, we mark a stop at the arm manufacture. The Emir Abdel Qadir chose to establish the manufacture in the periphery of Milyana city. The Tafna Treaty clauses giving the liberty to the historical leader to do so. A system of hydraulic rotation was used for the manufacture functioning. According to the Emir Abdel Qadir's quotation, mines of Zakar have been extracted in this very place. I had under my disposal a manufacture of arms in Milyana. Moreover, extraction of iron mineral was done in a neighboring mine. The manufacture is a two-floor workshop where we can find a Catalan woven used during that epoch for the cooking. This Moorish piece of art is also composed of compartments and rooms. The mosque and the mausoleum of Sidi Ahmed ben Yusuf appear amongst other blessed monuments of Milyana. The magnificent minaret with its particular shape recalls those minarets one can see in the region of Tlemcen. Muhammad Belkbir, the Bey of Iran, ordered the construction of this mosque in the year 1774. In fact, it is a religious building of refined art which patio is surrounded by arcades. The latter are sustained for their part with spiral-shaped columns. Multicolored squares of ceramics decorate the walls of this mosque dedicated to the Wali Sidi Ahmed ben Yusuf. Every year, the place is crowded with people who consider it as a blessed one. Religious rituals are organized to celebrate the birth of the Prophet Muhammad, and other spiritual manifestations mark the Mawsim, a feast dedicated to Beni Farah, where sense of ancestrality emanate. From Milyana's Belvedere, you can admire the natural landscape composed of plains and villages. You can breathe pure air and admire the grey valleys. we continue our journey in the beautiful department of Ain Defla, leaving the city of Milyana, and are welcomed as special guests of the city of Al Khamis. Would you like to accompany us to the Zawiya Al-Hibriya, which building appears from a remote distance as a charming and special place? The Zawiya Al-Hibriya has got a magnificent Moorish architecture. On its walls, one could appreciate the finely sized letters of the Quran verses. Students come here to learn the Holy Quran and other religious sciences. The Zawiya Sidi Ben Shargi is one of the outstanding monuments of Ain Defla department. This Zawiya deserves the marks of interest of many visitors who come every season. The Zawiya is situated in Al-Abadiyya, and its construction goes back to the 19th century. The mosque, where is delivered the teaching of Quran and Sunnah, but also the prayer room and Sidi Ben Shargi's mausoleum, all share the place. In Ain Defla, the religious monuments have an important touristic value, especially during religious celebrations, which are known in the Algerian western regions as At'am. A ritual also observed by the disciples of the Zawiya Ethmulga in Tiboukanin. Ain Defla is ready to encourage projects destined for the development of thermal tourism. At an altitude of 600 meters, Hammam Righa Thermal Resort is called up in a bewitching nature. In fact, it has been settled in an ideal environment surrounded with trees, a place where tranquility is everyone's companion. In Hammam Righa, you can recover from your tiredness. Nature will unveil all its divine paintings, among which the forest of the Kar Mountains you fairly distinguish behind the evanescent clouds. The thermal bath is the very place one can enjoy moments of relaxation. The edification of this resort, which goes back to the Roman era, was subsequent to the discovery of thermal springs called at that time Aqua Calidae, which means hot waters. At Hammam Righa, the Roman ruins are still present. There you can visit capitals and many other relics, which make of this open-air museum a marvel. If you are in search for a physical as well as a psychological regeneration, Hammam Righa will be the best destination for you. Its waters have high therapeutic values, and among the illnesses they successfully treat: asthma, pulmonary inflammation, and allergies. One can also benefit from massage therapy. Moreover, all the technical means and qualified specialists will give you highly satisfactory services. In case you want to escape a stressful life, choose this place for all the comfort it offers to the visitors who are in quest of rest. You can also become a resident of the hotel or one of the bungalows, and different structures, such as the typical restaurant, will be happy to welcome you. Quite close to the thermal resort, Ain al-Qarsa is famous for its natural fizzy thermal springs, mainly used for digestive or stomach illness treatments. For many people, these waters are undoubtedly blessed sources. Both its natural beauty of green forest landscapes and mountains caressing the sky will captivate all your senses. You will feel an intense desire to live in symbiosis with nature and become light enough to fly like the birds drawing arabesques in the horizon. Many promises lie under the exuberant nature that you cannot even imagine. If you only try to go on a journey to Ain Turkey, to Ain Ansur, or even penetrate Wed Shorfa beautiful forests, landscapes that will afford the best conditions to establish a climatic resort. The rivers and dams that you will admire in only one of your numerous stops are gifts of Mother Nature, generously unfolding one of its mysteries and facades. Here you will also find the best place to organize hunting competitions, practice sports, or make exploration rides, and even establish your camping. We cannot help but finishing this journey without conveying you to a folkloric ritual which is part and parcel of an ancestral patrimony, and most probably the best show you can assist in the region. Musical instruments and melodies reveal the inhabitants' identity and tell a lot about the faithfulness towards ancestrality and authenticity.
مرحبا بكم يا عين دفلا.
Before leaving the region of Ain Defla, you will surely love to buy souvenirs in one of Boumet Fas artisanal shops. All these multiple and various touristic assets offer numerous opportunities to develop prosperous projects, among which tourism oriented to mountain pleasures, or religious and aquacultural tourism, and finally ecological, thermal and cultural tourism. If you intend to visit Ain Defla, you will find all the conveniences and comfort, well-equipped hotels with professional staff eager to welcome you in the best conditions. All year long, touristic and tour organization agencies fulfill their guiding mission and afford the best services to guarantee you a good stay. For all these reasons, Ain Defla bears the potential to become an interesting destination, the prior reason being its exuberant nature and those mountains hiding behind thick strata of fog you will like to climb for a ride, the rivers surrounded with green, wonderland plants, and an ancestral patrimony expressing itself in refined arts. In addition to these natural assets, Ain Defla attracts us with its architectural monuments and valuable archaeological heritage. Future investors will find in this place an ideal platform for fructuous projects. Ain Defla will surely fulfill their most original dreams. Under the kindness of the stars, lying close to its marvels, the city quietly sleeps. Tomorrow, at the first daylight, Ain Defla has another appointment with the sun. It is altogether a meeting with a blossoming land, with serenity, stability, and most certainly with development.